Welcome back to the Enough is Enough podcast with Dr. David E. Clarke. That's me, where we help you identify the narcissist and get away from him or her. Today's topic, why isn't he changing? It's been years of confusion, of prayer, of trying everything you can think of, and your narcissist isn't changing. In this video, I'll tell you why he's not changing. First, if you want to join our anti-narc warrior team and help others escape their narcs, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Together we can save more people from the living hell, and that's exactly what it is, the living hell of being married to a narcissist. During your dating, he was wonderful. The narc always is, the man of your dreams. You saw a few red flags, but you ignored them because he was so great most of the time. After the wedding, it didn't take too long before he started hurting you, and he has kept on hurting you. For many of the folks I talk to in my phone advice sessions, it starts on the honeymoon. You can't figure out why. You see his abusive words and actions, although you probably don't call it abuse yet. You don't want to. You see his narcissistic behaviors, although you probably don't call him a narc yet. That's a tough place to go. Takes a while to get out of the fog. You want your spouse to change, to stop causing you pain, and to start loving you and treating you well. You may not know he's a narcissist yet. You just want him to stop hurting you and to go back to the loving guy you dated. I want to get that guy again. So many ladies I talk to in my phone advice sessions say, I want the guy that I was dating. That's why I married him. That guy was a fake. He was a fraud. The guy you have now is the guy you've got. That's reality. You are desperate for him to change. You cling stubbornly to the belief that he will change, because if he doesn't, if there's no chance he's going to change, then you have no hope for your marriage and you're not ready to go there yet. And you don't want a divorce. You convince yourself he will change. And of course, the Christian community, 98% of the Christian community will tell you he's going to change. God's going to change him. That's not true. But you want to believe it. You try every possible solution. You talk to your pastor. No help there. Pastors don't have a clue about narcissists. You do marriage counseling. If this isn't a marriage issue, it's a narc issue. You go on a marriage intensive and waste thousands of dollars. You're doing your best. You're well-meaning. You read 45 marriage books. The vast majority of marriage books are not for narc marriages. They're for normal people. Well, they're useless, but you're trying. You pray your heart out, of course. You cry and beg him to change, but he doesn't change. Even after you realize he's a narc, you keep trying to change him. I mean, God can change a narcissist, can he? But he doesn't change, and the months and years are going by. Your life is going by. Your narc convinces you that he'll change just as soon as you change and are a better wife. You see, it's always your fault. If you will fill in the blank and there's a million blanks, well then, things will be a lot better. Nope. Because he tells you a million times your pain and the marriage problems are all your fault. All of it. See, when you're different, he indicates, more loving, more caring, more attentive, more of, everything, then he will be different and love you. Liar. So you work incredibly hard to change yourself into the wife that will make him happy, make him satisfied, make him love you and not hurt you. This works with a normal guy. It does not work with a narc. You talk less, you talk more, you clean the house better, you cook better because that's what he wants. You lose weight. He says you're overweight. He used to say you were perfect physically. You exercise, you give him more sex, you try to give him more exciting sex, you try to anticipate his every need, you try to meet all of his needs. But it's never enough for the narc. You remain a disappointment to him. See, that's one of the ways he controls you, never reaching the brass ring. And of course, he doesn't change. You have twisted yourself into someone you don't even recognize, and he doesn't change. Also, the narc is, and this is the cleverness of the narc, he's nice just enough of the time to give you hope to make you think he'll change. For a few days, maybe a week or two, maybe a month, the narc will be nice and loving. You get your hopes up. Hey, maybe this is it. Finally. Maybe he's really changing. But then he suddenly reverts to his mean, abusive self, like a light switch. And of course, it's your fault. The narc tells you it's your fault. You did something, you said something that ruined it all. The Christian community, as I mentioned before, convinces you the narcissist will change. Christians you respect and trust tell you the narc will change. God will change him, they say. Your pastor and his wife, your church leaders, small group leader, Christian counselor, many of them are clueless. Many are good, many are clueless. Christian relationship experts, best-selling authors who know nothing about narcissism, national and international Christian ministries, Christian radio shows and podcasts. I used to be on a lot of these national shows. They don't ask me anymore. They know what I'm doing in this area, and I am urging people to divorce narcs, and they don't like it because they believe the narc's going to change. Great. It's been 45 years, Christian ministry. What's happening? They have nothing to say to you except hang in there, sweetheart. Maybe on your deathbed he'll change. Are you kidding me? God says get out. Now, these Christian community folks tell you the narc, though they won't call him a narc, will change if you just have enough faith in God. If you pray harder, if you are patient and let God work, the narc gets a pass. They don't ask him to do anything. It's up to you. If you just stop complaining and focus on your spouse's good traits, if you stop calling his behavior abusive because that's negative and it's not abuse anyway, this is them talking. If you'll be a better wife and keep on loving him. If you'll just cut him some slack because of his bad, painful childhood. If you will stay married and keep on trying, God will do a miracle. And look, if God doesn't do a miracle and your husband doesn't change, they say, well, then God will honor you for staying married. The Christian community loves a martyr. Oh, you'll be honored for being a martyr. That doesn't help you when you're dying on the vine. Despite what the Christian community says to you, your narc doesn't change. He has no reason to change. Your narcissist won't change because he's a narcissist, and narcissists don't change. Not only does the narc not want to change, he literally cannot change. He's not a Christian, so he has no power to change. He's controlled by Satan and his demons. That's creepy, but that's true. He cannot repent. He doesn't think he has anything to repent for. And he dearly loves to torture you and destroy you. He's never going to give that up. Oh no, that's his whole life. So what do? You need to get emotionally healthy, see the truth about the narc, and take the necessary steps to leave him and divorce him. That is the only solution. I can help you do that. That's my ministry. That's what we do here, me and my team. I recommend you start with my ebook, My Marriage Hurts. This is to confirm that you're living with a narcissist. Ironclad, you read this book, you'll know if it's a narc or not. And if it's not, I have other books for you. Then get these two books, 20 Lies That Keep You with Your Abuser. This is going to help you figure out the lies in your head that are keeping you in the trauma bond. And then, speaking of trauma bond, Codependent Hell. This is going to be the book you need to break your trauma bond and get emotionally detached from your narc and leave and divorce him. Okay. Looks like there's, yes, one more little bit here. Well, just to say these books are only available, shockingly enough, on my website, daviddclarkephd.com. That's Clarke with an E. Again, step by step, you'll move towards truth, emotional health, physical health, strength, and freedom. And I'm telling you, God's going to be with you every step of the journey.